Welcome back, everyone. Gas prices under President Biden have been hitting record numbers throughout his presidency. That's nothing new. It comes with the territory, you might say. And in California, gas prices have surpassed $7 a gallon. I've personally seen it myself living here. This comes as little to no shock as our president has been marginalizing our economy since his first day in office, decimating the lives of American workers. And instead of President Biden owning up to the facts, owning up to the fact that gas is worse because of him, it's not Putin, it wasn't COVID, it wasn't the war in Ukraine, it's his policies, it's the fact that he killed the Keystone Pipeline on day one, it's those things. He instead took the route that the Biden administration usually takes to battle woes. He lies. Last Thursday, he lied about his part in California's gas prices, claiming that $7 gas in California has, quote, always been the case. It's always been $7 a gallon, don't you see? Joining me now is founder and CEO of Celebrity Motor Cars, Tom Maoli. Tom, has gas always been I'm fairly new to California. I moved here in February. Has gas always been $7? Am I missing something?
I think it's pretty comical. Gas has not always been $7 a gallon in California, and if it has always been $7 a gallon, why is it an issue?
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't make any sense. But anyone that's lived here, anyone that's grown up here and lived throughout the nation, you can't go to the gas station, fill up your tank, and notice a little more than usual is missing from your bank account. The Biden administration has no plans to address this. They say that they're trying to address it. Go ahead.
He's crushing the consumer. The consumer's getting crushed on every front. They're getting crushed on fuel, food, interest rates. Everywhere they turn, the consumer's taking a blow to the gut. And you know what? They only have so much. These are working class people that just get a paycheck. At the end of the day, they need to support their families. And I don't know how he doesn't see this, but it's clear to everybody in America that he's crushing the consumer.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Now, here in California, there is a proposition known as Proposition 30. It would raise up to $5 billion annually to help buy zero-emission cars, trucks, and buses. However, you hear this and you think, oh, the left would be totally on board with that. That's all well and good. Newsom doesn't like it. Newsom's calling it a Trojan horse. The governor is against these zero-emissions vehicles while he's trying to ban the sale of gas cars in the state. Help us make sense of this, Tom.
Well, listen, it's actually, if you peel back the onion, it's pretty clear. He can't put a law into place to ban fossil fuel vehicles by 2035. It's not going to work. The infrastructure is not there. We're years out, at least 10, if not 20 years out for the infrastructure. And the second reason all of a sudden is he woke up one morning on the opposite side of the bed and decided that he doesn't like this anymore. And that's because California has the most billionaires in the country. And it's election time. He wants to get reelected. So we're going to go with the flavor of the day. That's what the Democrats do.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. Now, Gavin Newsom has also been very anti-fossil fuel throughout his governorship. And I'm not going to put all the blame on Biden for the gas prices. Gavin Newsom has done a pretty bang-up job of making them expensive as well. They're the leader. New York and California are the leaders in gas, in the price of gas in the country, no matter what.
Well, maybe he woke up and saw the news on what happened in Florida when the hurricane hit and all these electric vehicles were going on fire and people were trapped in their homes because they couldn't get out, because they couldn't charge their cars because the grid was down. So maybe he had a wake-up call. I mean, let's give the guy the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, maybe. Now, one thing that it's never made sense to me about about being anti-fossil fuels Biden and Tom are, is surely that the radical climate activists, the the ones that throw tomato soup on Van Gogh paintings and everything, surely those are such a fringe minority of voters that you shouldn't try to appeal to that base. So I feel like if Gavin Newsom and Joe Biden, if they embraced fossil fuels, they wouldn't lose a lot of votes, would they, Tom?
No, not at all. I mean, quite the opposite. What they tried to do is they tried to create this false problem that doesn't exist and create a solution for it like they were the heroes, but the reality of it is no pun intended, it's blowing up in their face and it's not working. Because I think we talked about it last time I was on your show, is that they did a survey. Only 1.2% of the population wants this ban on fossil fuel vehicles and wants by 2035 for the whole country to go electric. So, we're talking about 98.8% of the voters. That is the majority of the pool. I don't think any politician wants to lose that, and I think they're running scared now.
Yeah, which if it's not appealing to their voters being the reason that they're opposing fossil fuels, it's because ultimately with their backdoor deals that they have with their G7 buddies and their globalist hacks, it's gonna hit their bottom line sooner or later.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, the reality of it is it doesn't work. It's not going to stick. And, electric vehicles will become a part of the mix, just like hybrids and diesels and all other available product for the consumer to make a choice, an intelligent choice on where they want to spend their money.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Tom Maoli, a pleasure to have you on the show as always.
Yes, good to see you.
Take care.
Thank you.